This thing is falling apart.
It'll hold.
We're not gonna make it.
We'll make it.
Pull up! Pull up! You did that on purpose, didn't you?
Hey, what's up? It's Gaia, back with the final episode of my Halo Anniversary LASO guide, the Maw. Once you start the mission, head over to the emergency tunnels here, kill these infection forms that crawl up the ladder, and then try to wait for all of these carrier forms to explode down there. Wait about 10 to 20, 25 seconds. They should all be dead by then. As soon as you jump down the ladder, run past to that door line in the geometry, then run back to cover. The reason why you want to do that is because you hit a trigger point there that spawned a ton of flood that will now take care of all the sentinels for you, so you don't have to waste any ammo, health, or time. Usually the flood will win this fight. That's a good thing, because in LASO, it's a lot easier to take care of flood than it is sentinels, because sentinels will drop and explode on you, so you can't really smack them to death. But flood you can, so rotating between shooting them with our assault rifle and smacking them to death, at least until we get a shotgun. One of those flood had a shotgun, so if you can look around and find it on the ground after you killed most of them, then that's really helpful, because the more ammunition the better, obviously. Wait till that door busts down, then chuck a grenade in there. Wait about 3 seconds for it to explode, chuck another one. That should kill most of them in there. If there's any alive, shotgun down the rest. And this is another infinite spawn hallway, so move as quickly as you can through it. Just be careful here, because there's usually a huge chain reaction that happens, so it can very easily kill you with the boom skull on. Change the batteries on your controller, and then move on to the cafeteria. There's some grenades and a health pack here if you need it. There's usually 2 hunters in this hallway, so watch out. Since you can get a pistol at this point, it's much easier just to shoot them in the back than to do circle strats. A lot of Black Ops Covenant in the cafeteria, so just take out the grunts. Should leave you with a very massive explosion, because in Halo 1 when the fuel rod is dropped, it explodes, and on top of that we have grunt bombs, so it's pretty devastating. But those Black Ops elites have quite the shields, so it might take a little more than that. Threw a couple grenades here instead of doing grunt bomb strats, because these guys are actually pretty tough. Usually they all actually die within the first battle, but the flood lost real bad, so I had to sort of compensate. Now, even if you're low on health, try to leave that health pack there, because we'll need it more later. Shoot this guy at point length range with your shotgun to take out his shields, and then smack him to death. Be careful about these grunts, because they do have fuel rod cannons and they will shoot you at that range. I would suggest to go back and get that health pack if you have low health before the bridge cutscene, but if you have either decent shields or decent health, then you should be good. After the bridge cutscene, backtrack immediately so you don't die from these sentinels, and get ready to fight a lot of Flood. If you didn't use it, pick up the health pack on the way back. This will help a lot for the upcoming area. Shoot that guy in the face, then throw 2 grenades. If you get lucky, one of those guys will drop a shotgun you can pick up, and if you're not lucky, just try to use assault rifle melee tactics. Rotate between using the assault rifle and melee. Also backpack reloading in between to prevent dying during the reload animation. This room is kind of a ruse because just about every gun in here has no ammo in it. Certainly not any of the shotguns. Oh, hiding in the corner, are ya? Yeah, some of these guys might get stuck on some of the objects in here. That's actually good, so we don't have to fight all of them at once. If it's a single Flood, then just duke it out with them. It's a lot better than wasting too much ammo. Except for the assault rifle, of course. Run past these rooms, we don't need to fight these guys. Try to get some smacks in on this Flood and these sentinels if your shields are lowered during this portion, and just run past everything. Jump across these pipes into this hallway here. There should be a health pack on the left hand side. Once you're all filled up on health, run into this room here, jump up to the top of this slant, and then crouch jump up on this ledge and shotgun that Flood in the back. Take his shotgun ammo. His shotgun fell off the edge for me, so that's going to make it a little bit harder. Run to the end of this hallway very fast so the Flood don't infinitely respawn. Try to get it so that you have shield for the very end, so smack a guy so you don't die from the puffer explosion. And then grab the overshields and head to the emergency tunnels. For some reason I thought there was camo in here, but there's not. However, there is a health pack over to the right here in the emergency tunnels. Run past these elites here. You don't have to kill them, just try to stun them with your shotgun. Try to get your shields back and then book it to the armory. Once you get to the armory, gather as much rocket launcher ammo as you can, but try not to take too much time, because in a couple of seconds, Flood using active camo will bust in the doorway on the far end of the armory. Alright, now moving on to the engine room. You want to head straight to the right, because it's just easier to get up on the right hand side.
Engine room located. We're here. Alert! The monitor has disabled all command access. We can't restart the countdown. The only remaining option is to detonate the ship's fusion reactors. That should do enough damage to destroy Halo. Don't worry, I have access to all of the reactor schematics and procedures. I'll walk you through it. First, we need to pull back the exhaust couplings. That will expose a shaft that leads to the primary fusion drive core. Good! Step 1 complete. We have a straight shot into the fusion reactor. We need a catalyst explosion to destabilize the magnetic field surrounding the fusion cells. Use an explosive. I recommend a grenade or rocket. If you run out of explosives, there is an armory station located near the engine room entrance. Analyzing. Fusion reactor number 1 destabilizing. Use explosives on the other 3 reactors. That should be enough to trigger a wildcat explosion of the engines.
Well, Cortana probably explained that better than I possibly could. However, there's one thing that she didn't tell you, and it's that the fusion cores will only explode sometimes. That's right, there's a glitch that prevents them from exploding if you get a direct shot from a missile launcher, which should work, or a perfect grenade throw, which also should work, but sometimes you have to throw 2 or even 3 to get it to explode, which is really obnoxious. But it's an old game, it's something that we just have to deal with. When you actually get the fusion cores to explode, you want to hop down, because after that happens, generally Guilty Spark will send in some sentinels, and they tear you up fairly quick in an open space. So jumping down, recuperating, grabbing some health, and then heading back up is a pretty good strategy. Also, don't worry about actually fighting the sentinels. As long as you're not in the area, the Flood will usually do that for you. This section of the mission really shows you how annoying the Recession Skull is with the rocket launcher. Having to reload after every shot is not optimal.
This installation as well as this fascinating record.
Keep it up. Only one more fusion reactor to go.
At this point, I went back to the armory because I was out of rockets. If you're doing it legit, you definitely don't want to risk throwing grenades for the last fusion reactor. If you're wondering what I'm doing standing around here, I'm actually trying to bait Guilty Spark into sending his sentinels over to this side, so I don't have any problems taking out the last reactor.
The flood continued to multiply reclaimers.
That did it! The engine's gone critical. Based on the current rate of decay, we should have 15 minutes to get off the ship. We don't have much time. We should move outside and signal for evac. Accessing schematics. There's a service lift at the top of the engine room. It leads to a Class 7 service corridor that runs along the ship's dorsal structure. Hurry!
Another reason I went back to the armory before I hit the last fusion reactor is so that I'll have rockets for this last fight here. It's kinda tough without it. Stay very far away from that door when it explodes, because that explosion can kill you. It actually hurt me even from way back here.
Cortana to Echo 419. Come in, Echo 419. Roger, Cortana. I read you 555. The Pillar of Autumn's engines are going critical, Fohammer. Request immediate extraction. Approach the crash site and be ready to pick us up at External Access Junction 4C as soon as you get my signal. Affirmative. Echo 419 going on station. Echo 419 to Cortana. Things are getting noisy down there. Everything okay? Negative. We have a wildcat destabilization of the ship's fusion core. The engines must have sustained more damage than we thought.
Analyzing. We have 5 minutes before the fusion drives detonate. We need to evac now. Activating.
When you get into the Warthog there's actually an explosion that can do a lot of damage to you and actually kill you. I'm not sure what determines whether it kills you or not, but it really sucks on LASO, so... And there's nothing you can do about it, but just take the damage and then hope you live and take the health pack there. For this part of the Warthog run, it's safer to just go down the middle. There are a lot of enemies down the middle, but the sides have just way too much scaffolding on them. They're way too hard to get through. And remember, we're on a timer here, so gotta go fast. However, on this section, it's much easier to go on the left-hand side. No enemies and it's a straight path. As long as you stay on the track, then it's fine. Head down this open latch hallway here. This way you'll avoid enemies and it's faster. Once again, take the left side here. Much easier, much faster, much safer. Take the middle here. Don't try to make that jump. I'm pretty sure it's impossible. And try to avoid running over these grunts also, because obviously they'll just blow you up.
Cortana to Echo 419. Request extraction now, on the double. Affirmative, Cortana. Bullhammer in that.
Completely ignore Fohammer here. She dies anyways. RIP. Yes, I know, so sad. But we got a game mode to complete.
Cortana to Echo 419.
Echo 419! She's gone. Calculating alternate escape route. Ship's inventory inventory shows one longsword fighter is still docked in Launch Bay 7. If we move now, we can make it.
Don't flip over there like me, that's extremely dangerous. I'm surprised I didn't die there. Also, you can take these side passages, they're quicker, but you don't really need to take them unless you're cut for time.
Chief, up ahead there's a gap in the trench. At top speed, we should be able to clear it.
Alright, it's time for 360 swag. No, you don't actually have to do 360 swag for this part. God, that was horrible. But if you do a perfect 360 swag there, you can actually land there and then keep going without having to stop your Warthog at all. And it actually prevents you from falling out of the Warthog and potentially dying as well. So I guess that's nice. But if you screw it up, you have a chance of landing way off course, which is basically death. This tunnel I'm passing right now actually has a chance of causing a huge chain reaction of grenades, so I would suggest to hold back until those flood die. I didn't because, whatever, I'm using save quit, but if they ever patch save quit, then heed that warning. Then when you hit the barrels, get out of your Warthog, and make sure you stay out of the center when running to the longsword. Obviously because there's a battle in the center. And that's it, boys. Lasso completion. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I really hope it helped you, truly. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Halo 2 possibly? I don't know. We'll have to see. But until next time, bye guys.
Here we go.
Come here, you mother... This is it, baby.
Shut them down. We'll need them later. Fancy a look?
Did anyone else make it?
Scanning. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left. We did what we had to do for Earth. An entire Covenant armada obliterated, and the Flood. We had no choice. Halo, it's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.